Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. The readings are free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now this is a general reading. So try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with a 5 of Wands. I feel like this is a confidence. Right? I feel like you're an optimistic person. I feel like you can see a challenging situation and you can say, it's going to be all right. We're going to get through this. I know how to do it. It'll be all right. You know? I feel that you're trying to follow your soul's path without hesitation. This is an energy that knows when to engage. And this is this is intentional movement. And intentional movement is sacred movement. Okay, and so you're fired up right now. There's a confidence in you, but it's not an arrogance. It's not overbearing. It's not a foolish confidence, right? It is a very collected energy that you can employ right now in your life to manifest your best life, right? This is energy that's ready for you to utilize. This is your power to direct your life. Let's put this card into a little bit of context, all right? Let's see what might be going on in your life right now. See where we got a 6. Success after a fight. Okay, so you're struggling through whatever you got to struggle through, and you know that it's going to be all right. Okay? You can get things done. There's a power in you, and this is you getting things done, okay? So we've got a Wheel of Fortune. Oh, yeah. We've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the Hermit. We've got the Chariot. Over here we have the Temperance card, a 2 of Swords. We've got a Prince of Cups and an Ace of Pentacles. You're making great progress in your life right now. I think everything that you pursue intentionally with this kind of confident energy, everything is going to harmonize. It's kind of like once you start putting in the effort, it's almost as if the world around you kind of conspires to help you, you know? I think that a lot of resources, a lot of people, places, and things are going to be on your path when you need them. I think you got some really good energy here. Let's do a mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're just going to set it down right here with our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this message you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments. Now, let's look around the room. Let's get started. We've got major, 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 major. We've got some fire energy, a little bit of water. We've got a little bit of air, and then we have our earth cards here. I think this is a really big win. Okay? And I think that this big win is leading to, well, the next step. Okay? And this is how this is like a peak experience. Okay. Now, Spirit's showing me something about animals or an animal shelter or something like this. I don't know if you've recently adopted or fostered an animal from a shelter, if you work at an animal shelter or something along those lines. Yeah. I think that maybe that has something to do with what your purpose in life is right now, or what the work is that you're doing. Going from a 5 to a 6 is always a good thing, right? It's a fight and it's a win. It's a struggle. It's me asserting myself. It's me putting in work, and it's working. And this is very straightforward. I think anything that you're fighting for right now is going to come to pass. It's going to align. It's going to materialize Okay? Sometimes this is a card of competition, facing challenges, overcoming obstacles. Yeah. Whatever obstacles you have in your path right now, you're facing them with confidence, with assertiveness, with strength and energy, and a willingness to kind of break a sweat, you know? And it's gonna materialize. You're gonna get the success here. Okay, very, very good energy. Underneath the surface, we've got this Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I think you know that you're meant for something great. I think that you're somebody who you're finding it more easy to trust in divine timing, you know? You're finding it easier to believe that things happen for a reason. Like, I think you're someone like, oh yeah, you know, right? You've been through enough, you've witnessed enough in life where you know without a doubt, beyond the shadow, that there is a divine hand, there is something else out there in the world that's like making things, like you've witnessed enough synchronicities in your life to say there's no way that's just coincidence, you know? And so I feel like you're trusting in this, and you're practicing this idea of trust, you know, to receive more fully that which is meant for us, and the ability to accept what is occurring in our life and to deal with it with vigor, with zest, with that Five of Wands energy that's saying, I'm ready. And, you know, I think that as this wheel turns, you're going to find more and more pathways of abundance opening up to you. Okay. With the Five of Wands, I wonder if you've maybe had a issue like, you know, asking for help. It's not easy for you to sort of in the material sense, right? Colleagues, friends, family members. I feel like you don't always want to ask for help. It's part of our hermit energy up here. I think that slowly you're learning that allowing others to assist you isn't a weakness, that it can deepen connections and it can lighten your load. I think the hermit is kind of saying, I'm only relying on myself, you know. There is a completion of a cycle here, and there is the beginning of the next cycle. That's what we've got going on with the 6 and the ace. Sometimes the hermit is this tendency that we might have to withdraw. You know, that maybe we're realizing that we've silenced ourselves too long. For too long, we've been kind of on the sidelines. You know, and so I think that Five of Wands is like you're getting back on the field. You're getting back in the ring. You're getting back into the fight. You're saying, I'm not just going to watch from the stands or from the side. You know, I'm getting in the game. Yeah. And I think that you're inspired. I feel like you're fired up about something. You're fired up about your path. There's a mother figure. There's an older female energy that's very close to you. It feels like a mother figure, right? That is in spirit. That's always there, always encouraging you. And I feel like you've been seeing some indication that she's around. I don't know if it has anything to do with thunderstorms or particular types of weather that make you acutely aware that she's with you at that moment, right? But she is with you, and I feel that she is very close to you. There's a C name, I feel like. I feel like there's a C name in there somewhere for her, yeah. She's always very close to you, and I think that she's just proud, beyond belief, proud of you and what you're doing right now. Okay. I think you had a rebellious streak when you were younger. Like, I don't know if you dyed your hair or you got a tattoo or something, but you I think even now to this day, like, you're kind of defying stereotypes. Like, you're you, no matter what. That you're yourself. And I think with the hermit, we're realizing that I don't need to hide myself. I can let my light shine. I can dye my hair. I can wear the clothes I want to wear. I can be, electric. I don't have to hide myself away, right? So that rebellious streak, I think, is playing out in your life now. Like, maybe you just recently dyed your hair a cool color, or something along these, or you got a tattoo or something like that recently. I feel that. The Ace of Wands in the background to me is that moment where we decide we're going to get back in the game. Okay, this is the recent past for you. Was you kind of said, I'm doing it. I'm going to focus my attention on this, and I know it's going to be a challenge, right? You went into this knowing that there was going to be difficulties, you know. And I think that right now you're a person of few words. I think your vibration is speaking a lot louder than your words right now. Your intention, the look in your eyes, like the fire in your eyes, right? It says more to the world than what your words possibly could. So I feel like you're not talking as much. You're walking, right? You're not talking the talk, you're walking the walk. And I feel like your path is surging ahead. We got the Chariot in the future position here, and this is a fortitude. This is we're continuing this journey. Yeah, and because I feel like you're embodying something that's just beyond ego. Okay. I feel like you're someone who doesn't ask for directions, right? I feel that was there a time in your life where you didn't ask for directions, you didn't know where you were going, and you refused to pull over, you refused to ask for directions or look at the GPS or anything like that, or get on your phone, and you just kept driving around, and you ended up finding some really cool stuff, like a really cool diner or a little side street that just had like a beautiful view or something like that, or a park maybe. I feel that you're kind of you're in charge of your life right now. I think you're trusting in the randomness or the whim of the universe in a way, but you know it's more than that. I feel like you're not somebody who breaks promises. Okay, I feel like you're the type of person that isn't going to make a promise if you know you're not going to be able to uphold it. And so maybe you kind of keep yourself free in that way a little bit by not committing yourself to things that you know you're not going to really want to follow through with. So you have no problem saying no to people. Yeah. I think there was a time where you were pretty comfortable in the background, but I think now you're kind of putting yourself into the foreground. Okay. I think that you've done some shadow work recently. I'm feeling that you have learned how to walk away from things that were no longer serving you. Okay. I don't feel like you retreat from problems, though. I feel like you try to work on them, you spend the time to do it, and you know that if it's not going to work out, you're okay with going a different direction. But you're not somebody who's just going to give up. You're not going to walk away from a problem before addressing it. That you're going to try to stay and figure it out and make it work. But if it's not going to work, you know when to take a hint and go in a different direction. Yeah. Let's look at the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Readings are totally free. Okay. We've got the art or temperance card here. It's a card of balance. It's a card of like the pressure cooker. It's a card of like trying to become who we're meant to become. And I think that when you're in this fire and earth manifestation phase, when we're going through these cycles of like fighting for something and making it work, and reaching that sort of big win, I think you're realizing that every time we go around this wheel, we're becoming something. That every effort we put into life is sort of molding and shaping our character. Okay? I think that you have a strong sense of identity and a strong sense of self-worth. Okay? There's somebody in your life you never got to say goodbye to. I don't know if it's this mother figure or not, but there's a crucifix or a small cross, I think that maybe that you wear or that they wore or it was passed down to you or something. Right? I feel like there was some conversation we never got to have with them. They want you to know that they know, and it's okay. I don't know if there's some secret or there's something there that they're just saying, I know, it's okay, I know about it. Yeah. The Two of Swords in the position of the environment. I feel that in your relationships with other people, you tend to feel your way through those relationships rather than trying to put everything into words. You're, like I said, you're kind of a person of few words right now. Yeah. You're guided more by your intuition, by your aspirations, by your creativity, and by those intuitive, the guidance kind of, right, coming from within. But the Two of Swords is saying that there are conversations we need to have. And I think there's somebody in your life that needs you to put it into words. Okay? Spirit wants you to journal more, or Spirit's referencing a journal. I don't know if there's already meditate, journal, and trust your intuitive nudges. But make sure that you're communicating those to the people that need to hear it. Okay, that's kind of the message that I'm getting with this card. Also, Spirit's showing me something about monkeys. I don't know the connection with the monkeys. Is there? I don't know if there's a monkey tattoo, or if there's some joke about a monkey. I don't know what that is. The obstacle here is that authenticity, right? The obstacle here is the Prince of Cups. That's somebody who's trying to live authentically, trying to to live a life that is true to who you feel you are. Okay, but sometimes the Prince of Cups is too sensitive to what other people are feeling. You see, because of all the water of this card, that it creates a very sensitive aura. It's like a semi-permeable membrane, where sometimes the moods and the emotions and the vibrations, the energy coming from other people really affect us. So I feel like sometimes your moods can go up and down depending on the people you surround yourself with. So I think it's really important for you right now to be mindful of who's around you. Be mindful of the people that are in your life, because what you don't want is for your ambitions, your aspirations, your fire, your creativity, and your intentions to be extinguished, to be kind of dampened, right, by the energy coming in from other people. So right now is a time for you to be a little bit picky about who you surround yourself with. And that's kind of this darn camera. And that's kind of a reference over here to our hermit energy too. Okay. Spirit's asking me, or the question is coming through, what is the cost of staying small? What is the cost of, because I see the hermit kind of hiding away, and I feel that this is kind of a mood that sometimes we're just overtaken by this. I think it's negative energy coming in, and we get overtaken by it, and it makes us either want to become small or makes us feel small. What is the cost? What is the cost of being small? Okay. I feel you're considering a new home or a new work environment. There's something about kind of starting a new plan, a new path, a new project. I don't know if this is like we're planning on moving, or we're starting we're going to take the first step on a path that's going to lead to a new living situation, or a new building, or some new structure in our life. Okay. A close family member for you recently had a medical issue, right? I wonder if that's the C letter that was coming through. It could be. I'm not predicting anything. I feel like this is all energy that's tied into you somehow. Okay. I feel as if you weren't always the strong one in your life. Okay, but now I think people are looking at you as being the strong one. Like, I feel that your energy has shifted over the course of your life, and going from this small and sensitive to this just big, like larger than life kind of personality right now. Okay, you're recognizing that a lot of your triggers are messengers from your unconscious. Okay, because the Five of Wands sometimes can just be like, I feel angry, that I'm mad about something, right? So I think that you're understanding the regulation of this fire energy. You're not going to just be small and not react to everything, but you're also not going to let everything bring out the fisticuffs, right? So you're learning how to regulate your energy. And I don't know if maybe I don't think you got into a lot of fights when you were young, but I think there were a lot of opportunities for you to fight, and I think that you had a tendency to back down. And so now there's this feeling like I'm never backing down, but we've got to pick our battles. We don't want to go around with that kind of, with that fighting attitude, right? So you got a lot of stuff going on right now, but I think I'm just picturing you in a convertible car with your hair blowing in the wind. I don't know why. It's a red car. And your hair is just all over the place, right? I feel like you're being seen, you're being heard, and you're being understood in your life right now. Let's look at the mystery card. This is really, there's a kind of a freewheeling energy for you right now, and I like that. I think you're trusting in new beginnings. Okay? I think it's going to be a really nice ride. It's going to be really fun, and there's going to be a lot of progress in whatever path you're on right now. So the mystery card, I don't know. I think maybe some more, maybe more pentacles, maybe some more water, but not too much. Just the right amount. Maybe a 6, maybe a 4 of cups even. Let's see what we have. No, it's an ace of cups. Well, I was right about the water. But the ace of cups, I think, is the freedom of this heart chakra. Like you're living from the heart. You know, you're not living from the mind. You're not living from the body, really. Like your heart is guiding you. And now, like, if it doesn't feel right to you, you're not going to do it. If it doesn't feel right to you, you're going to fight it and make it right and find, you're not going to back down. You're not going to accept something that doesn't feel aligned with your soul anymore. And we're not just talking ego type of stuff like, if it doesn't feel good, I'm not going to do it, right? But that's the risk. That's the shadow side of things, where we're living this life now that I'm just living a life of pleasure. If it feels good, I'm going to do it. If it feels bad, I'm not going to do it. And that's how I'm living my life, And we all know people like that. I think we've all kind of been people like that at some point in our lives. But this is different. This is a little bit deeper than that. This is like if it's not truly aligning with my values and my heart, then I'm going to go a different way. And I'm strong enough with that 5 of Wands. You're strong enough to go a different way. You can go hermit mode. You have no problem walking away from things, okay? You're very open-minded. You're very open-hearted, but you're not going to tolerate anything that is going to be a negative influence on your energy, okay? And so I feel that you're going through a lot of cycles right now. Like short-term cycles, and we're wrapping things up, we're beginning new things, and you know when to put the bow on it and ship it, right? It's kind of it feels like it's a really busy time for you. Again, I feel you're speeding down the highway in the convertible with your hair flying everywhere, and maybe maybe life is just picking up speed right now, and you're going to stay oriented to your heart, right? And things I think are going to be wonderful. And we have the ace, we have the ace of cups and the ace of pentacles. So I think that this new thing that you're started, or wherever you're rushing toward on that highway, right, is it is a path with heart. Okay. Now we're going to do an extended reading. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There's a link up top and there's a link down below. New readings for Aquarius Thursdays and Sundays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.